Hello my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about AI production systems and water jug problem. So first of all we'll see what is AI production systems. Before we are moving on to the definition of a production system, we have to think about solving a real life problem. Suppose you are going to play a game. Okay, your friend is telling you to play a game with him, or they are insisting you to play a game. The first thing that we are going to do, if you are unfamiliar with that game, the first thing that we are going to do is we'll check the rules of playing that game. That will be the first thing. And what is the second thing that you are going to do? The second thing that you are going to do is what can be the possible moves or the possible strategies that is to be taken for winning the game, right? So the same comes to solution of an AI problem. While we are solving an AI problem, there will be a set of predefined rules, or we'll have a database for solving that particular problem, and that is basically a production systems. And there will be a huge number of rules in a production system. The same in the case of a game. When we are playing a game, there will be many different rules, and we will apply the most favorable rule. It is not dependent on the order of the rule which is saved in the list. Okay, we are taking not randomly, actually we are searching for the rules and we are selecting the best rule from the list. And the same comes to the case of AI problems. When you are going to solve an AI problem, the first thing that you are going to do is a searching. Search is the core of many intelligent AI processes, because when you are going to solve an AI problem, the first thing that you are doing is you are searching in the list of rules given, and that searching can be in many different ways, and you are picking the best rule among those lists and you are applying that rule. Okay, and the list of rules that we are available with is called a production system. And we have already seen the example of chess. In that example, what we have seen is there were a set of rules, and when the white coin is to be moved, initially in the initial phase there are 8 different possibilities. We have 8 different pawns in front, and we can move any of that pawns into the next state, and we are selecting any of those rules randomly. So the same comes to the case of any AI problem. So if we are moving on to the definition, production system provides a structure for an AI problem. Okay, it describes the problem and it performs the search process. So overall, if we say a production system consists of mainly 4 different components. The first one is AI production systems set of rules. Okay, it will be the set of rules, and the rules will be given in the format of if then. And together with these rules, we'll be having a knowledge or databases which may give us extra information, and the database will change eventually whenever you are making a change. When you are doing your first move, the database changes. When the person against you doing the next move, the database changes. And this process is going on until the goal state is achieved. The next important component when we are discussing about production systems is control strategy. Control strategy means for an experienced person, suppose you are playing chess and one person is a beginner and the another person is an experienced person, and the experienced person's moves will be defined with his expertise in playing that game, and he will have a specific strategy to play that game. So if we tell about control strategy, it is just order of the moves that you are taking for winning the game in a least amount of time and a least cost. Okay, and finally we have a rule applier. Okay, so as a conclusion about production system, we can tell there is a goal database. It's a central data structure used by AI production system. Okay, and this goal database or the set of rules, everything is binded together to form a production system. The production rules operate on a global database, and the database values changes according to specific modes. Each rule has a precondition, okay, and if that precondition satisfies, then a particular action is being taken place. We'll see it in later slides. Okay, so as we have already told, the application of a rule will change the database value. And what is a control strategy or a control system? It chooses which applicable rule should be applied next, or which is to be seized next for the better result. Okay, if several results are coming together, when we are taking about a situation and several rules, about 5 rules are coming in favor of winning the game, what will we do is the control system will resolve this conflict, and it will pick up any one best rule which will lead to the result in least amount of time and least amount of cost. So production system is a formal knowledge representation technique which consists of a collection of condition action rules, that is the production rules or the operators. It will have a database which is modified in according to each picked rules, and a production system interpreter will be there which controls the operation of the rules. Okay, the control mechanism or the control strategy of a production system determines the order in which the production rules are being fired. A system that uses this form of knowledge representation is called a production system. Okay, now if we think about the production system rules, it will be in the following format: if, condition, then action. So if these preconditions are being satisfied, then this particular action is being fired. So if we are taking about a situation, action, situation that implies the action. This is a formal syntax. You can go for this. You can use variables here, you can use English languages here, that can be anything. Okay, so for an example, we are given the case of water jug problem. We'll see in later slides. If 3-gallon jug is empty, then fill it with water. This is an example statement. It's an example statement for a production rule. Now next example is, if you have an exam tomorrow, then study the all night. Okay, it's nothing but we'll have a rule in the format of if then. Okay, so if we move to the general architecture of a production system, we will have a knowledge base. Knowledge base is a set of rules. We will have a global database, that is a working memory. We will have a control strategy or a control structure. So according to the initial state, what will we do? We'll tell the control strategy, or according to the control strategy, we'll pick any one rule from the knowledge base and we will apply to the global database, and this is the working memory, and it will change. And according to this change, we are going to the control strategy, picking another rule, and this process continues. This is the basic architecture of a production system. And coming to a production system activity, we can tell it like that. We have some facts or the database here. Okay, and according to this situation, we are matching with the production system rules. Okay, and from this production system rules, we are selecting a particular rule, and the selected rule is being executed onto the database. Again, a match is being done, selected the rules, execute the rules. This process is going on. Okay, and if we are thinking about the merits and demerits of a production system, the first thing that we have to mention is that a production system gives an excellent structure. Okay, excellent structure for the AI program. That means the same for a game. If the game is to be played properly, we should have a set of rules. Likewise, a production system in an AI will provide an excellent structure, and that structure will help us to solve the problem. Right. And the next thing is, this particular structure is highly modular. Modular means you can add rules into it. And if there is any rules which are not actually used, you can obviously remove it. Okay, so it is easy to add extra items into it, and we can remove it or we can modify it independently. So it is highly modular. And the next thing that we have to say is that the production system rules are expressed in a natural form. So the statements contained in the knowledge base should be a recording of the expert thinking. Okay, so we can easily understand it. So in short, we can say that The merits of an AI production system is its simplicity, modularity, modifiability. Modularity and modifiability comes together, and knowledge intensive. It is too much expressed in a natural format. And if we check about the demerit of a production system, we have to say that it is very difficult to analyze a flow of control within a production system, because the picking of the rules dependent upon the expertise of the person who is playing the game or who is solving the problem. So if that particular person is too much what would we say, experience in this field, the order of picking the rules by him cannot be predicted. So we can solve the problem in many different ways. So the order or the flow of control cannot be predicted. That's one of the drawbacks. So if we tell about it in detail, we can say that the first drawback is, in a AI production system there will be a list of rules, but those rules will not be prioritized. That's one drawback. Another drawback is that we will have many different rules which can be applied in a specific time. So if 5 rules come up together, there is a conflict. That's another problem. But this conflict can be solved by a well-defined control strategy. Okay. Now the another drawback is that if we are checking about a normal production system based system, the results of current executed results are not stored here, and it is very difficult to learn because of that. So we have to incorporate a little amount of learning here. So a rule based production system do not have a, or it is not actually possessing a process of learning. This is another drawback. And as we already told in the second point, another drawback is conflict resolution. As it is, the conflict resolution also comes up in another way, that if we want to add a new problem, or add a new rule to the production system, we have to first make sure that it will not make any conflict with respect to another rules which are already existed in the rule set. So that's an issue. So after all, we can say that a production system has a drawback, that its flow of control cannot be predicted, and all other comes up together with that. Okay. Now dealing with the different types of production system, we have 4 different types of production systems: monotonic production system, non-monotonic production system, partially commutative production system, and a commutative production system. Okay. So the first one, it is monotonic production system. Monotonic production system is nothing but, suppose about a system in which the application of a rule which is not preventing the later application of another rule. That means, suppose we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different rules. This is a production system. We have 5 different rules. Okay. So rule 1 is x1 gives y1, x2 if x2 then y2, if x3 then y3, if x4 then y4, if x5 then y5. This is just a syntax, not actually a rule. So if we have 5 rules, we have to apply a rule. This can be in order. First we are applying 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. It is not compulsory. We can apply any of the rules. So suppose if I have applied the second rule first, this should not prevent the use of another. That means each and every rules should be independent. Each and every rules should be independent. That is a word. Okay. So if the rules are independent, then the production system is called monotonic production system. Now come to the case of non-monotonic production system. Non-monotonic production system is just reverse of monotonic production system. That means a system in which application of a rule will prevent the later application of another rule. Suppose I am going to apply rule 1 first. Okay, that is x1 gives y1. That is if x1 then y1. Okay. Suppose at that time a dependency comes up. That means the system says that if you have to apply this rule, that is x1 gives y1, or if x1 then y1, if you have to apply this rule, before that you should apply this rule. Okay, so that is a type of dependency. That means rule 1 is dependent on rule 2. Rule 1 can be applied only after applying rule 2. This is a type of dependency, and a rule system which is having such a dependency is called a non-monotonic production system. Okay. Now, the third point, it is partially commutative production system. So, what's a partially commutative production system? Just read it first. A production system in which application of a particular sequence of rules transforms state X to a state Y. Then, any permutation of those rules that is allowable also transforms state X into state Y. That means changes are reversible. The order of the sequence of application of the rules doesn't matter. So let us take the considerations. Suppose I want to solve a problem. I have applied rule 1 first, then I have applied rule 3, then I have applied rule 2, then I have applied rule 1 again, then I have applied rule 4, then I have applied rule 5, then I have got the result. Okay, this is one situation. Suppose I am getting the same result, or suppose I am reaching to the goal state by applying another sequence of the rules. That means I have applied rule 1 first, I have applied rule 3, then I have applied rule 5, then I have applied rule 2, and I have got the result. This is another situation. That means you can apply the rules in any order so that you can reach to a result. Once you have applied a rule, you can apply any other rule and go back to the previous state and then continue to the result. That's not a problem. Okay, this is what is called a partially commutative production system. That means the order of application of rules does not depend on the result. That means you can come to the result in any order. You can perform the rules in any order. The rules can be performed in any different orders. The final state, you have to get the result. Okay. And at last, a commutative production system. That means the changes cannot be reversed. Okay. And this is actually the different types of production systems.